we're talking about what we like about speech, what speech means to us, right?
For me, speech and debate.
So this year, I feel like I've had more of a chance to really think about what speech means to me.
So what speech and debate means to me,
I just wanted to record a little something about what speech and debate and the team has meant for me with my 4 years on the team.
It's really hard to put into words what speech means to me.
If I had to describe my favorite thing about speech and debate, it would probably have to be the people I've met there.
To me, speech is a place where I can be myself.
Speech and debate is a really good opportunity to put what you want out into the world.
Like it's given me a voice. Like just the idea of like telling stories to send like an important message is like really incredible to me. It's like the only place where I can feel unconditional love and support and like inspiration without fail.
I didn't really care much for it, but this year I feel like I really thought of speech more as like an activity that I could learn to love, because I just love the community of it. That's like one of the main reasons I like doing it, is because everyone's so sweet and nice, and especially at tournaments, like even if you're talking to another school.
It's a chance for me to like express myself and issues that I really care about, and pick stories that I want to share with people, and just like an opportunity to share how I'm feeling and like represent those who maybe haven't shared their stories in quite some way.
I like speech and debate because I get to meet new people, and it's a time for me to share my experiences with other people and learn more about new people.
Each and every one of you who participates in this activity is incredibly smart and motivated and dedicated, and no matter which event you do, I know that each and every one of you are going to go very far, because the passion and tenacity that members of this team have is unlike any other event that you could ever do throughout your high school career. And being a part of a team with students and adults who care so deeply about each other is something that I really valued while I was at East, and it's something that I hope you, if you don't already value it, you learn to value it and learn from it, because that is definitely the most valuable thing on the team, and it means a lot to me that I was able to be a part of a team like that. I know that nobody's season ended as planned, and I'm sorry for that, but I hope that everyone is staying safe and happy, and for those of you who will be on the team next year, good luck. I know that you are going to kill it.
One of my favorite moments from this year was when we were at the national qualifier tournament at Regis, and a bunch of the extemp kids were all playing Monkey in the Middle with a little stuffed animal that Connor had brought.
Hey guys, so one memory I cherish from speech was this time I was at George Washington. We were like looking around, and there was this Lime scooter, like it said like an hour and a half away walking. But we got there in 50 minutes. I think we actually like jogged the entire time, which was kind of awful. But then we got there, and it took us like a solid 30 or 45 minutes. And then we got there, and like we got on the scooter, and one of us like sat in the front, like with our legs sticking out, and which was like so treacherous. And we like fell multiple times, and it was like awful. And then the person in the front always got like so scared, which was like hilarious to the person who was not in the front. And it was absolutely terrifying to the person he was.
I think before the GW tournament, just not being super excited and hyped about speech, waking up early that morning and just not being super enthused. I don't think me and Jim were having we kind of wanted to change our piece at that point, and then going through the day, and it just wasn't, I don't know, I didn't feel like we were doing particularly well, and I was away while breaks were posted, and then we broke, and that really surprised me and got me actually hyped and way more excited for speech in general.
Okay, my favorite memory was from the Glenbrook Speech and Debate tournament. And the whole tournament in general was super fun because I got traveling with everyone and hanging out with everyone, and I got to know people a lot better on that whole tournament, and I had a lot of fun. But one thing in particular that I remember is one of the nights Mia and I, because we were sharing a room, we decided to go over to Will and Casey and Sam's room, and we were hanging out with them for a bit, and we ended up watching Insidious. I don't love horror movies. Like, I'm fine with them, but they're not the first thing I would pick to watch. But I just remember that whole thing being really, really funny because everyone in the room just kept making fun of like how stupid the characters were for like doing all the things that like a typical horror movie character does. And it was just hilarious.
One of my favorite memories is from Glenbrooks. So we get to the hotel, it was like 11:30, and we had to sleep 3 to a bed. We were like exhausted, and we didn't think to check the thermostat because why would we? We're not adults. Anyways, so we wake up. It's like 6 a.m. and it is less than 60 degrees in the room, and we are shaking. It was Ella, Olivia, and I. And we were uncontrollably shaking for probably like an hour after that. We got in the vans and we were still like shivering and like our teeth were like chattering and like, we couldn't talk because we were so cold and probably nervous too, but it's okay because we whooped ass.
So one speech memory that I really loved was that, I don't remember which tournament it was, but there was this one tournament, and for poetry there was only the same, I think it was 4 people. So it was just the same rounds, all of us over and over and over again. And we were just talking about it every time in between rounds. And they knew all my words to my speech, like they knew the beginning of my speech, so it was really funny. So between rounds, they try to do it as fast as they can, the purple paper people or whatever. And everyone was really supportive and we made really good friends.
My favorite memory from this season is eating ramen at my room at Cheyenne with Ella, Olivia, and Talia.
My favorite memory from speech and debate this year is when I went to Glenbrooks and we had like this door in between like this room, and Will and Casey and Sam were on one end, like in the other room, and it was me, May, Maddie, and Esther in our room, and we were like having conversations through the doors, and like May and Maddie were like screaming at them to be quiet, and it was just really funny.
An early tournament, and we left at like 6:45 in the morning or something. All tournaments are early, but it was early. And I didn't really know that many people going. I really only knew like Henry Chapman and a couple of other people, and Eva and people like that. But there were no really freshmen going, and it was a really small group, and I was really scared. And I got there, and it's probably my favorite tournament out throughout this year because I got to know so many more people, like so much better, a bunch of seniors so well, and really like understand why I love, like why I really wanted to do speech.
So one memory I especially cherish was my trip to Glenbrooks this past year. I was quite nervous as I hadn't nailed down my speech perfectly, and it was still quite a work in process. And I was quite nervous, but Will and Casey, they really helped me. They helped me along the way. They helped work my piece with me. They helped really develop my confidence. And like after each round, they would always check in, like, how did your round go? I'm like, I'm happy with that. I improved from the last round. And we actually ended up being in the same room together for the hotel. And that was quite an experience. Bunking with Will and Casey is quite crazy, and it turned out to be a ton of fun. I really didn't know what we would do, but then we ended up watching a scary movie one night, and I really don't like scary movies, and it was actually quite terrifying. And it wasn't even at the scary moment when Casey decides it'll be a great time to yell out boo and scare the crap out of me. And I decided that I would get Casey and Will back for that.
I really liked joining debate and learning from Talia.
I really liked watching Noah's rounds at the Colorado Cup.
Speech. So it all started when this girl told me I should join speech, and I was like, I don't act like characters or play characters that I am not.
Liar!
But I joined and I met Henry and May and Maddie, who later broke her nose. Don't tell nobody. But then these crazy cats decided to take me out to California, where the lighting was nice and my tummy was hungry. And Mia fell asleep, but don't tell nobody. Took some more pictures because I'm broke and will never be out there again. So many things happened, like Matthew and his TikTok shenanigans. And Nadia in sleep mode. Don't come for me. I'm not playing. I was also Moran's favorite. Sorry, Hellrung, but the hat replaced you, remember? Oh yeah, and I made it to finals. So yeah, cool kids are in speech, and if you're not in speech, are you even really a kid?
May, you good? Oh, no way, do it. Start over.
Matthew, congratulations.
Please stand.
And then, ready?
Look what I could do with that.
Want some hot dog?